My name is Derek Causey, and I'm the vice chairman of today's auction. I have some other introductions to make, but before I do, I first want to introduce my beautiful wife, Jody. I also want to take some time to introduce our auction team captains. We have Shelly Brock. Shelly, where are you? Could you tip your hat? We have Connor Lahane. Bob Minotti, who's in the back. He's going to be back there all day. He makes it happen back there. And we have Don Wells. One of the very important things that Dawn does on our committee is she handles our SIFT and our Steer Preservation Awards. So I'm going to have Dawn come up at this time and introduce our Preservation Award winners to y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Derek, right here. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Good. My name is Dawn Wells, and for 32 years, we have been awarding students who have shown determination in overcoming obstacles and adversity and showing lasting leadership and preparing to get their steers to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. As of today, we have given out approximately $495,000 to these deserving kids. Please help me congratulate our winners of our Steer Auction Committee Perseverance and Leadership Awards that include the Tommy Steele Perseverance Award, the Debbie Scott Broussard Visionary Award, and acknowledge our partners who also contribute to help these great kids. We were able to give out 20 awards out of 89 applications with the help of our partners in this mission that we hold dear. Our partners include Mary J. Hamilton Condios Awards, the High Bidders Helping Hand Awards, the Amigas Para Niños Guardian Angel Awards. Our winners who are present are Sebastian Galindo, Leonardo Galindo, Riley Lynn Gloria, Easton Lickard, Troy Batiste, Lexi Frazier, Lainey Frazier, Brady Jordan, and Riley Leanne Coco. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dawn, and congratulations again to each one of you. Okay, at this time, I would like to turn it over to our wonderful auctioneer, Mr. Glenn Beckendorf, to read our terms of sale.
All right. Hopefully everybody took a good nap last night, got a lot of rest, because otherwise I'll put you to sleep doing this, but we have to do it with terms and conditions of the sale. Donor benefits. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is a 501c3 database organization. The amount of the donation that may be deductible for federal tax purposes is the excess value donated by the donor over the value of the goods and services received. Consult your tax professional for more information. Please see the Steer Auction Benefits Guide for details on auction benefit determinations. If payment is not received by the deadline, any eligible benefits may be forfeited. If benefits are missed due to late payments, the tax letter will indicate they were not received. I hope you understand that. Okay. Hides. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo will put forth their best effort to secure hides that replicate the animal hide for each lot closing at $5,000 or above. The exact hide of the animal will not be available. Buckles, champion, and premium buckles are distributed to recognized donors by auction day. Qualified elite lot buckles are ordered via email post-show. Meat packages and gift card benefits. Only high-quality, commercially sourced meat will be used to fulfill the meat packages benefits. Meat packages must be confirmed by eligible donors post-show. Declining meat package benefits does not reduce the amount owed to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So if you plan on declining the meat package, don't do that. Get with Brett and I. We will help it take it off your hands for you. All right. Meat package and gift card benefits will not be ordered if your donation is not paid in full by June 1st, 2026, unless you're a director, and then you must have it paid by May 15th, 2026. Meat packages not picked up during the allotted time period will be considered a donation to the show, and auction commitments will not be refunded. The show will notify donors of pickup dates. Badges. Donations to any of the 6 qualifying auctions, wine auction, lamb and goat auction, poultry auction, school art auction, barrel auction, and a steer auction, are eligible for auction donor badges. Donors are eligible to receive 1 gold badge for every $10,000 donated, up to a maximum of 12 gold badges. Donations to include auction day purchases, auction commitments, and cash donations. Badges are received for the 2027 show. Registered buying groups with the show are not eligible for badges, but awarded to the individual donor contributing to the buying group. 501c3 buying organizations receive badges based on their total donation and are treated as individual donors. Each 2026 individual champion lot donor, lots 1 through 34, is eligible to receive 1 personalized silver champion lot donor badge for the 2027 show. Benefits selection and acceptance. If a donor does not respond to communication regarding benefits, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo will assume all benefits are declined. All right, taking it back down to you.
Howdy! Good morning and welcome to the 80th steer auction, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo steer auction. That's 80 years of selling steers. Thank you all very much. My name is Jason Williams, and this is my 3rd year as chairman of the steer auction committee. And I tell you what, thanks to all y'all's help, breaking records is a lot of fun. In our first year, my first year, we did 10 million. The second year, we did 10.5 million. And I am humbled and filled with gratitude to tell y'all that as of today, we have purchase commitments totaling $9.6 million. So in my 3rd year, I just said thank you to y'all. I can't tell you how much in getting to know y'all and working with y'all, it has been a true honor and a privilege, so thank y'all very much. I'd also like to thank the 142 members of our steer auction committee. If you could please tip your hats. And we can't do any of it without the help of our auction staff. They make us look good and make everything run smooth, so auction staff, Laura, Kim, Taylor, Michael, and Hattie. Certainly not last, but this week we brought in over 2,500 exhibitors. So 2,500 exhibitors brought in their steers this week. Today we're going to show you the top 420. With the help of the Auctions Assistance Committee, the Livestock Committee, and Breeders and Greeters, we brought those kids in. They felt welcomed. We had a chance to get to meet them. And I tell you what, our future's looking brighter thanks to these young folks. And I tell you, there's not one of them that drove across the state of Texas all by themselves. They don't come here by themselves. It is a true family experience. So to walk through the livestock area and see they've got their coolers, their fans, and everybody's coming together to bring it all to the stage today. So big round of applause. Let's make some noise for the exhibitors. So I mentioned family, and I do have some family here today. My wife, Laura. My son and daughter, Jake and Maggie. My parents are here today. And my nieces and my sister are here today. And I have my in-laws down in front. I tell you, thank you for all of your support. And not only do they support me, but they also support the steer auction. All of them. So pretty amazing. So I mentioned today is the 80th anniversary. This is my 20th year on the committee. And for 19 straight years, we've all heard the same familiar voice of our lead auctioneer, Randolph Holford. Today would have been his 40th consecutive auction. So unfortunately, he's not here today, and they have asked us to share a message with you. For 40 years, Randolph Holford has been the voice of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo auctions. Unfortunately, a health issue prevented Randolph from presiding over the auctions. But we are happy and extremely happy to report that even though he is still recovering, Randolph has been given a clean bill of health, and he will be back in 2027. Randolph and his lovely wife, Lynn, would like to thank everyone for their love, support, and prayers during this difficult time. They are both truly touched by all the supportive messages and prayers they receive from what he describes as his Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family. Now let's have a fantastic auction to honor Randolph and his amazing support for these exhibitors. Now, we didn't know 6 months ago that Randolph wasn't going to be here, and this is his 40th consecutive auction, so we had a buckle made. So Randolph, I know you're watching. We miss you, brother. Thank you very much. And at this time, it is my honor. Give me that back. This time, it is my honor to introduce our past chairman, current officer in charge, and my great friend, Sean Lehane. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Is this thing working? Yeah. While we're clapping, can you guys please get really loud for our third-year chairman, Jason Williams? You've done an outstanding job, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this with you. He's right. There's a lot of energy in this room, and we feel so blessed to have such generous donors and the spirit of the volunteer to pull all this together. I'd like to thank my wife, Christy, for supporting me. She's been the officer in charge of our family for 29 years. Yeah. My son Mason up there too, thanks for coming, bud. I have the privilege, honor to introduce some of our family, our leadership family that really worked tirelessly to pull this all together. And I'd like to start with our chairman of the board, Pat Mann Phillips, and her superhero husband, Tim. We also have our chairman-elect, Wesley Siner, and his wife, Cassie. Thank you guys for coming. There are several members of our executive committee, past chairman and lifetime executive committee. Could you please tip your hats and be recognized? And our president and CEO, Dr. Chris Bowman, and his wife, Dr. Randy Bowman. Thank you guys so much for being here, and great talk this morning. So for those of you that don't know, we asked Chris to give the talk at the breakfast last year, and he said, "Are you nervous about this auction?" I was like, "No, dude, you got it. The success or failure of this it rests solely on your shoulders with the quality of the presentation." Well, we did $10.5 million last year, so we had him back today, and you did another great job, so thank you, Dr. Bowman. We have 109 committees out here with over 36,000 volunteers, and I have the privilege of serving with 17 other officers in charge. Thank you guys so much for what you do. Could you please tip your hat? And I'd also like to recognize the lifetime vice presidents. This is a 3-year gig, and then once you're done, you're not really done. You continue to support the show. And so thank all the lifetime vice presidents for being here. And really the backbone of this organization is our directors and lifetime directors, so thank you guys very much for being here. So I have another third-year chairman. I've got 5 committees, and there's one other third-year chairman that is really behind the scenes making this all happen. And I'd like you guys to please give Julie McCain with our auctions assistants a warm welcome. Those green vests will be keeping us accurate with the numbers, and they just really make our lives so much easier. Thank you guys so much for what you do. I can't really remember what happens after this, so I'm going to look at my chairman for some direction, but I believe from here, we go to the count. Oh. He says, just give me the microphone back. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let's have some fun.
So before we turn it over to Tim Nichols with the cattle call, if you have not been recognized yet, if you've not heard your name, just raise your hand. We'll call out your name and your number, and you get to take a picture. We'll take care of you today. With that, Mr. Tim Nichols.
Howdy! Ooh, baby. Ooh, For hours he would ride on the rain far and wide, where the night winds rolled up a squall, where hard as a feather in all kinds of weather, he sings his cattle call. Ooh, dee, ooh, dee, he'll ride in the sun till his day's work is done, and he sings with an old western drawl. Ooh, dee dee, singing his cattle call. For hours he would ride on the rain far and wide, where the night winds rolled up a squall. His heart is a feather in all kinds of weather, he sings his cattle call. Ooh, dee dee, ooh, dee dee, yo, dee. Well, he's brown as a berry from riding the prairie, and he sings with an old western drawl. Ooh, dee dee, singing his cattle call, singing his cattle call. Thank you.
Wow, what an act to follow there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it is an honor to be here today. Thank you on behalf of Brett and Justin and myself for letting us come out here and do this. Brett and I were talking earlier. This is an opportunity that very few auctioneers in their entire life get to come out and sell animals at the greatest show on earth. And we do appreciate that. I could go on all day about the quality of these 4-H and FFA kids. I wish you had a chance to visit with every one of them, ladies and gentlemen. These are the kids that are going to be the leaders of the future. If they're not, we're in trouble. Education's going to make this country, or it's going to kill this country, and that's what we're here for. Randolph told me this morning on the way in, he said, I said, do you have any words of wisdom? He said, I have one thing. Tell them to spend it all. And y'all have all heard that 100 times. So spend it all, ladies and gentlemen. Are y'all ready for a steer sale? Absolutely. Bring our grand champion steer in, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Grady. Mason Grady and his family. I'm going to tell you what, it's definitely a family operation between the Grand and Reserve folks. The steer's name this morning is Zinger. He's leaving his calling card if anybody wants it later on. He's an A student, 15 years old, 9th grader, Grandview High School. been showing in Houston for 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. He had the champion bear at Fort Worth. In 2014, his sister had the grand champion bear here. And his parents said for 21 consecutive years, either they or their kids have been showing steers at the Houston Livestock Show for 21 consecutive years. He's raised over 50 steers, ladies and gentlemen. Ask him what he thought was the best thing about showing steers. He said being around the people that you love, the family, the friends, and when you go to these shows, the people that you meet. His parents and Bobby Maddox are the ones that's helped him the most, ladies and gentlemen. Plans to go to college and be a running back at either Texas A&M or Texas Tech. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you your grand champion steer today. And for the record, our state land commissioner over here, Ms. Dawn Buckingham, starts the bidding at $100,000. Do I hear 200? 200,000. Oh, 4859 is going to be 200,000. I think I know who that is. The Champaign Cowgirls. You bet they are at 200,000. It'll be at 300,000. 300,000. 8857 is going to be 300,000. That's Russell Marine LLC. Jill and Russell and Sarah. Associated Steel Fabricators and the McDonald family at 300,000. You're going to be $400,000. I could tell by the smile on that young man's eyes that's exactly what he wanted to do. 8910, Wendy Vandeventer and Rigo Flores Jr., Hogue Landscaping Services, Laura and Matthew Hogue, J. Jerome Holton, Ph.D., and Eric T. Mazzacone, and the King Family Foundation, Mike Rex King, are $500,000. Champaign Cowgirls, $600,000, now $700,000. $700,000 is all we give $700,000. Number 2 is $700,000. Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Laura and Steve McNair at $700,000. Anybody $800,000? $800,000. Number 46 is going to be $800,000. Number 46. $750,000. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company are $750,000. You want to be $800,000? Oh, 8857 is going to be $750,000. Is that right? Okay. Russell Marine LLC, Jill and Russell and Sarah, Associated Steel Fabricators, McDonald family. They're at $750,000. Do I hear $800,000? $800,000. Number 46 is going to be $800,000. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company, $800,000 to give $850,000. $850,000. 8875 is going to be $850,000. And that's going to be Amy and Patrick Nolan, Dana and Robert Clay, RC Ranch, Randa and Ray Gilliam at $850,000. 900's all. We'd give $900,000 bid where we'd give $900,000. Yes, $900,000. Number 46, Trinity River Land and Cattle Company are in at $900,000. Now $950,000 bid. Yes, $950,000. Who do we have? Oh, Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham. Oh, who do we have? $1 million. $1 million. Is that number 46 is going to be the million? No, never. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get squared away. Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Lauren Steve McNair are $1 million. Do I hear $1,050,000? Number 46 is going to be $1,050,000. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company. $1,100,000. $1.1 million. Who to give 1.2? $1,200,000 all. Yes, $1,200,000. 8875. That's Amy and Patrick Nolan, Dana and Robert Clay, RC Ranch, Randa and Ray Gilliam at $1,200,000. It'll be $1,300,000. $1,300,000. $1,300,000. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company is back in. 1.25. Okay, $1,250,000. You're going to round it off to $1,300,000. $1,300,000. 02 is going to be $1,300,000. Barbara Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Lauren Steve McNair at $1,300,000. You need $1,350,000. $1,400,000. $1,400,000. You betcha. That's Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Laura and Steve McNair at $1.4 million. 1.6, 1.5 million. $1,500,000. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company, $1,500,000. It'll give me $1,550,000. $1,550,000 bid one time, it'll give me $1,550,000. $1,550,000 bid where would you get $550,000 one time, to make it $5.5. $1,550,000. How about $1,525,000? Oh, we're going to have a community meeting? I'll have a sip of coffee on that. You bet. $1,500,000. We have Trinity River Land and Cattle Company in. $1,525,000. Anyone? $1,525,000. $1,525,000. Are we done? Last chance. $1,525,000. $1,525,000. We have. But just a minute. Just a minute. Well, no, I got to ask Mason if that's okay. Mason, can I sell your steer? Okay. Sold them to you. $1,500,000. Buyer number 46, Trinity Land and Cattle Company. No stranger to the steer sale, ladies and gentlemen. They've been buying for many, many years. Trinity Land, River Land and Cattle Company. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company, $1,500,000. I think that may be a record. Andy, what do you think?
It's a record by a lot. So, Mason, we were talking earlier. Did you get any sleep last night after being crowned grand champion?
Practically none. I mean, how can you sleep after something as amazing as that?
So, you and I were also discussing your football career. Is it more nerve-wracking to have a 4th and 1 to try and make a first down, or that grand champion drive?
Well, you can have a lot of 4th and 1s in your career. You can only have a few of these, so this is much more special.
As this group of buyers comes up here, what would you like to say to the people that bought your steer today?
I want to say thank you so much. This show industry thrives off of you people, and we couldn't do it without y'all, so thank you so much.
Congratulations again, buddy.
While they're getting ready for pictures, ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to thank our buyers. Trinity River Land and Cattle Company, thank y'all so much. You've been coming out here for many, many years. They know the good ones, and they know the good kids. Our backup buyers, thank them as well, Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Lauren Steve McNair. It is, by the way, a new world record, ladies and gentlemen. Hats off to our steer committee.
So it's just one simple question. We want to know what continues to bring you back to support the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Well, we have been doing this for nearly 30 years, and it is just an amazing honor to be able to contribute to education. These exhibitors on an amazing job they've done, the bright future they have in front of them, and we cannot be prouder to support them. Thank you all.
We can't do it without you. So everybody sneak on in. We'll get Zinger to pay attention. All the tricks to get the perfect picture. Let's give one more round of applause to your grand champion, Mason Grady of Johnson County 4-H and Grandview, Texas.
Absolutely. A great young man, a great family, a great family. Again, thank our buyers, Trinity River Land and Cattle Company, for buying our grand champion steer, $1,500,000. Thank y'all so very, very much.
$100,000 by the Champagne Cowgirls, 4859.
All right, as they're leaving the stage area, do we have our reserve champion at the gate? Why don't you bring him on in? I think we're good to go. Reserve champion steer, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Jet Hale, I got to tell you, if he was my 6th son, he'd be my favorite. I've got 5, but he would be the favorite if there was 6. I can tell you that honestly. This young man is a straight A student, a very straight A student. He's a 5th-generation rancher. They raise Hereford steers, show steers, ladies and gentlemen, 5th generation, 18-year-old, a senior at Miami High School, 80 miles northeast of Amarillo. Have you ever been there?
Not once.
Not once. I haven't either. But I may make the trip because I want to see this Hereford operation. Oh, yeah, he's a senior. He spent 10 years showing at the Houston Livestock Show. The neat thing is, last year he had reserve grand champion steer. And in 2018, he had the reserve grand champion steer. So he's not a stranger. I asked him, how many steers have you raised in your lifetime? And he kind of added them up over the 10 years, and it's about 250. They tagged 25 this year for the major shows alone. He loves going to the shows with his family and friends. His parents and grandparents and siblings have all helped in the process because they do have so many steers. Plans on going to Texas A&M. Oh, come on, Texas A&M. Yeah. And major in ag business. Hopes to keep the family operation going, ladies and gentlemen. Your reserve grand champion steer. And
That's a surefire way to get in the auction business.
absolutely, we have a 100,000 opening bid from the Champaign Cowgirls is where it is. 4859 is their buyer number. Who'd give 200,000? I got to go here. 8891. Y'all have the same numbers, just not in order. That's going to be Patty and T. Mark Kelly, Whitney and Stan Horton, Clark and Charlene Thompson Foundation, Reagan and Jim Bailey at 200,000. You're going to be $300,000, $300,000, and that's going to be Wendy Vandiver, Enrico Flores Jr., Hogue Landscaping Services, Laura and Matthew Hogue, J. Jerome Holton, Ph.D., Eric T. Mazzicone, King Family Foundation, Mike Rex King at 300. $400,000, 8857. I'll be right there. That's $400,000, 8857. Russell Marine LLC, Jill and Russell and Sarah. Associated Steel Fabricators, McDonald Family at 400,000. Going to be 500,000. Number 2 is going to be 500. That's going to be Lauren, Steve McNair, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Barbara and Don Jordan at 500,000. Hey, tell me, who'd give me 550,000 anywhere? 600,000. 600,000. The McDonald Family, Associated Steel Fabrication, Jill and Russell and Sarah, and Russell Marine LLC is 600,000. Where you want to be? 650, 700, $700,000, and that's going to be Amy and Patrick Nolan, Dana and Robert Clay, RC Ranch, Randa and Ray Gilliam at $700,000. Could have $800,000 where? $800,000 bid one time to give 8. Who'd give $800,000 bid? I have $700,000. Give me $725. $725,000 one time. $725. $750. $750,000. Lauren, Steve McNair, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Barbara and Don Jordan at $750,000. You want to be $800? Why not? It's a fun thing, sir. You don't like coming in second place. Just give me $800,000. $750. $750. Give me $775. $775,000 bid one time to give $775. $775 one time to give $75. We talked about this earlier. $775,000 one time. $700,000. One shot, 705. $705,000. Anyone, anywhere. Sold the steer, $750,000. That's going to go to Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Laura and Steve McNair. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure, but I think that's probably a record. That is a new world record, ladies and gentlemen. Andy, it's all yours.
So, Jet, tell us a little bit about the steer that you showed this year.
So this is Ryan, and we've had him for about a year, and he's been pretty good. I mean, he's kind of a turd, as you can all see, but he's been a good calf for us. I mean, we've enjoyed him a lot.
So with this being your 3rd reserve champion award, does this ever get old?
It does not get old at all. I mean, this experience is incredible. I mean, we're up here. This is the 3rd. We've made the sale most years, I think, and this is incredible to see everybody out here supporting us kids, and we really like to thank each and every one of y'all.
What are your future plans?
I'm going to go to Texas A&M and pursue a degree in ag business and hopefully be an entrepreneur.
Well, we can't wait to see the young man that you become. You're already a special individual. Give it up for our reserve grand champ.
It's not very often that a young man or a young woman comes to Houston Livestock Show and breaks a record. But he's broken it 3 times now, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. An outstanding young man. Absolutely. And again, thank you to our buyers, Laura and Steve McNair, Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham.
Mr. Chris, there's so many places that you guys could contribute to. Why do you choose the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo?
Well, you know, it's been in the family for a long time, and this is the 3rd generation we're represented up here. You know, we've got Don, who in 1948 caught a calf at the calf scramble. So we've got over 75 years. I want to thank Don and Barbara Jordan for everything they've done. I want to thank Laura and Lisa for all they've done to help support, and now the grandkids. So that's kind of why Don's here, all right?
That's awesome. It is a legacy that continues to live on, and we're so thankful that you keep coming back to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Everybody smiling, looking forward? And one more round of applause to your 2026 Reserve Grand Champion, Jet Hale of Miami, Texas.
Wow, while they're lining up for pictures, or getting off the stage, I'd like to introduce our buyers again, Barbara and Don Jordan, Lisa and Chris Cunningham, Lauren and Steve McNair, for a record, ladies and gentlemen, $750,000. Our backup bidders, Amy and Patrick Nolan, Dana and Robert Clay, RC Ranch, Randa and Ray Gilliam. We appreciate them as well. It's a good time right now to grab you a drink, ladies and gentlemen. They got to get these standard boards off the stage after everybody exits before we get on to the 3rd lot. I'd like to thank everybody so far for your active participation. You know, these folks work 365 days a year. Brett said it very well. Y'all work 365 days a year to put buyers and kids together, along with steers, and we do a great job of using these animals to exhibit these 4-H and FFA members. They're the best of the best in the state of Texas. They absolutely are. And y'all could be anywhere else but here, and we have the opportunity to, in one day, we get to reap the harvest of what y'all have sown and raised for 365 days. And that's indeed an honor, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Randolph told me he started off as a guy with a scoop when he was here 42 years ago. Yeah.
Did he get a buckle for that?
He did. He did. He found it in a trash can right down there. Said he still wears it today. You bet. All right. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen, for lot number 3. Lot number 3 is going to be Sailor Black from Vega, Texas, Oldham County, 4-H, with the champion American breed crossbred steer. Going to be lot number 3. We got a little more panels to take out.
Yeah, 2 more.
2 more panels. Okay.
2 more committee men next year.
Right, 2 more committeemen next year, and this will be taken care of. Absolutely.
200,000 right here, 8910. I like it when we're getting into the business.
Oh, absolutely.